Virtual Edition. My name is Lori. Today we're going to explore calligraphy, but we're going to do it with materials you more than likely have at home. I've been working on some calligraphy over the last few days, but I've been using cone-tipped markers from the dollar store and pencil crayons. You can create some really interesting pieces of art using these materials, and if you find you really like it, then you can move on to more expensive calligraphy pens. Let's get started. There are a variety of calligraphy styles that can be explored. For the purposes of our marker and pencil crayon calligraphy, we're going to focus on the brush technique. So when you get a marker, it's important that it has a conic tip. So a wide tip that is cone-shaped. Although your pencil crayon does not have the same wide tip, it is cone-shaped, and so I'll show you how you can use this as well for a completely different look in our calligraphy lesson. I am drawing my own line with 3 spaces. So this size lends itself quite well to this thick tip marker calligraphy. I just go down my page, and clearly you could practice on these lines without outlining with your pencil, but I just, for the sake of this video and for my own ease, find it works best if you have a very obvious top and bottom line. Calligraphy is mostly about thick and thin lines. And once you become proficient at thick and thin lines, the calligraphy will start to take shape quite quickly. The most important thing is to ensure that your grip on your pencil is holding your pencil at approximately a 45-degree angle to your paper. Sometimes when you're writing or printing, you would hold your marker or pencil more upright. For this type of calligraphy, you want to be at a 45-degree angle to your page. There are 8 basic strokes in brush calligraphy, and one of the most important concepts is that when you move your pencil, your marker down, it's a heavy stroke, and when you move it up, it's a light stroke. So we simply practice with down strokes, heavy, up strokes, more with the tip of your marker, light. So down and up, down and up, so we have our thin, light pressure upstroke and thick, heavy pressure downstroke. Upstroke is thin, downstroke is thick, little pressure on the upstroke, and heavy pressure on the downstroke. While you're practicing these strokes, it's good to practice trying to keep them the same distance away from each other. And this is, again, practice for when we put our letters together. We want them on the same slant and equal distance away from each other. One of the next basic strokes is a curve, and this is an upstroke curve. So we're starting upstroke, which is our light stroke. So up, when we get to the top of the curve, we put pressure on, and that's our downstroke. I'm gonna make this one a little more slanted. Up, light pressure, downstroke, heavy pressure. Light and heavy. And this is called our upstroke curve. With the heavy pressure on the downstrokes, we can damage our markers quite easily. However, these markers I purchased from a dollar store very, very inexpensively, and I've got 10 markers to work with. So unlike a brush pen that's designed for calligraphy, it's not much of an investment to practice with these tools and colors. The next curve we learn is a curve with a downstroke to begin. So we're gonna go down, heavy pressure, thick line, bottom of the curve, lighten up and go straight up. Heavy down, bottom of the curve, light upstroke. Heavy downstroke, light upstroke. I find the quicker I make my strokes, the straighter they are. If I go too slow, I start to get a little bit squiggly. Light up, top of the loop, heavy down. As long as you remember, when you go up, it's light, down is heavy. Now, I have said that all of this can be done with a pencil as well. And so I'm going to demonstrate that now. I'll use a black to make it easier to see on camera. And we'll start back with our heavy downstroke and light up. Heavy down, light up. Next, we learned about the upstroke curve. So with the pencils, the light and dark, or light and heavy, are not as obvious as it is with a marker. And then the downstroke curve. Heavy down, light up. Heavy down and light up. Light up, heavy down. So we start with the light and move to the heavy. With the marker, I wasn't making my loops quite big enough, but that's why we practice. The more you practice, the more you'll find that each of your curves look the same, and it takes quite a long time. This next basic skill is simply a sharp edge curve, and it goes in a string. So we're gonna do 3 of them together. Light up, heavy down. Light up, heavy down, and again. what we're working on here is the light heavy, but we also want each of our peaks to be the same height and width. And that's tricky to get consistent with. The next is a curve times 3. When we make our circles, we start in the middle, light pressure up, at the top, heavy pressure, and then release light pressure. Light, heavy, light. There is another loop, and it has the light on the left side. So the same thing, we're going to go up light, get to the curve heavy, and then up light again. Okay, up light, heavy, and light. So you can see by starting in the middle of the O, it helps keep your oval shape. So whether you're starting with the heavy first and then light on the opposite side, or light first, heavy, they're made the same way. The descending stem loop. So we're starting with the upward curve and we come down heavy. Upward curve, down heavy. And as I said before, I find it easier to go a little bit faster once you catch on. So that was the descending stem loop, and this is the ascending stem loop. And so we're going to start heavy and then come around light at the bottom. Heavy, light, heavy, light. We'll now move on to using those basic strokes to form our letters. And all of the lowercase letters are formed using a combination of the strokes we've already learned. I'm going to use 2 lines on my lined paper. So for the A, we're going to start upstroke light, heavy, come back around light. Then we're going to add the downstroke thick with the tail on the end. Calligraphy does require practice, And so with anything you're just learning, it does take time to get it to look exactly the way you want. Light, heavy, light, heavy downstroke. And it's during these drills that you can experiment with, do you like your lettering to be straight up and down? Or do you prefer an angle? And this is completely individual taste and preference. The B starts with the heavy downstroke, light stroke to come around, and then heavy at the bottom. Heavy, light, heavy coming back down. You might want to add a tail so that it's easier to join onto another letter. Or you might want to start with a tail going this way. Down, light up, heavy down. Light up, heavy down. That didn't work. Light up, heavy down. Now you can start to get a little bit more creative, and you can do a loop at the bottom of your B. The letter C starts with a light upstroke and then a heavy down and a light up. Light, heavy, light. D starts with the curve, light, heavy, light, and then we attach the heavy downstroke. If you followed along with all of the basic shapes, you'll be able to decide for yourself how to make all these other letters, but I'll go through and demonstrate how I make them. The E, up light, down heavy. Up light, down heavy, up light. F can be started with a loop, heavy on the bottom, all the way down, and then another light loop coming up. So light loop, heavy down, light loop. G starts with their curve, heavy at the bottom, light at the top, and then we attach our tail, and you can do whatever you want with it at the bottom. It really depends on the project you're working on, how much space you have under the letter, how creative you might wish to be with the bottom of your G. That one doesn't look good because it goes in a different direction. Let's try that again. That keeps it flowing more. And I'm going to do just a basic tail this time. You can also close that circle on your G by coming up light and across. I don't like that because the circle underneath is too small. I'm going to try that again. Light up, heavy, light up. Heavy down, light up, and across. So your choice, lots of opportunity for creativity with calligraphy. H. H can be a loop, heavy down, and then another curve. Or it can be a straight down stroke and simply, once again, your choice, but whatever you do choose, you'll want to keep it consistent throughout your work. I really depends if you're attaching it to another word. It can simply be, and if it's coming from another word, you'd have the light up stroke, heavy down, and then back up. The J can be a heavy down, light up, and a dot. Now I would like to see that more curved, so you can go back and fix that up when you're done, or try to do it with a better transition here. I would like to see rounder letters. I'm still practicing and I tend to have, well, that one's better, a little too much of a straight edge before I transition to the light. But that's all with practice. You could also choose to do a smaller loop here, like so. So you can see there's really quite a different look to them. A straight line, down, light curve, heavy, and down is heavy again. Straight down, heavy, up is light, down is heavy. L can be a loop. That doesn't have a loop in the middle. Let's try again. Like so. These heavy markers are making that tricky for me, but we'll get it. Or simply a straight downward stroke. M, we pretty much practice this with our initial drill, downstroke, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. And the N is similar, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. We practiced our O's. Remember, we start our O in the middle, light and heavy. P. We'll do a light curve at the top, and we can just do a heavy downstroke, or if you'd like to do a curve on the bottom, that is possible. Down heavy and up lighter. Q, very similar. Down heavy, up with a straight tail, or once again, you could curve like we did with the P. The R, printing down heavy, up light, down heavy. Down heavy, up light, down heavy. S, up light, down heavy, up light. Takes a while to get this one. T, if we're doing straight, that's it. If we're doing loops, U, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. Now to make them look good, you want to be able to see your light up. So when you make your downstroke here, don't put it completely beside. So this is what I'm saying to avoid. Up, down, light up. We would cover that light up if we went directly on it. And you can see it looks fine, but you have more transition visible in this one. So light up, heavy down, light up, and then I'll do my heavy down, leaving so that you can see the light down. That's a U. Here's our V, heavy down, light up. That didn't work. Heavy down, light up. W, heavy down, light up, heavy down, light up. X, light up, heavy down, light up, and we can do a heavy down or light up, heavy down, light up, and a light up, which I prefer. Y, heavy down, light up, once again, heavy down, and do what you wish with the tail. And the Z is simply light up, heavy down, lighter across, heavy down. Light up, heavy down, lighter across, heavy down, light up. What can you do with your calligraphy? With your calligraphy, you can make some inspirational quotes and perhaps frame them. You could use your calligraphy to cut vinyl on a Cricut machine and adhere it to anything of your choice. You could also use your calligraphy to insert sayings or greetings inside a card. Below this video, I've included links to books and resources in our library that can help you with calligraphy, and also the online links that I used to help me.